everyone. I've got an awful lot of ideas on what to talk about going through my mind. It's all kind of like all the different parts of my journey to get me to where I am now. Because I want to share all what I think got me to where I am. Like where I am, I feel is a pretty enlightened, healed, connected state. Whatever label, I don't like labels, but like I know that I've done it, I'm really getting myself to the place that I've always wanted to be within myself. Whatever label you want to put on it. Basically I feel like I've got something to share with people that are still stuck in there or struggling with. I won't say stuck because no one's stuck anywhere. I know how hard the struggle is because I've literally just come out of it. I know for how many years we try, and it seemingly looks like you're not getting anywhere, and the stress, and you're literally just so over it all and living in angst all the time type thing. You're like warring with yourself, warring with the world. I know what that is. I've literally kind of just come out of it, and all this stuff has opened up to me. I've opened up to me, and it's amazing, and I want to be able to help people get and do what I've done. And I totally get everyone's journey is their own journey, and there's so many different ways in order for an individual to have that breakthrough and become their sovereign, authentic, awakened being, fully ownership of self and empowerment of self. There's so many different ways, but and I think just I don't know, I guess I've when it happens to you, you're just fuck, I want to help other people do this. When you feel the just the amazingness, bliss, release, what is the feeling? The biggest feeling is just thank God that is over. The relief of actually breaking through is insane. And I never thought that I would be I don't even know, I don't have a label for what I'm doing, but I'm trying to help people. And I'm trying to get information, knowledge, share my experiences in order to help people, because that it is just as this process happened for me, that has become the most important thing to me, really, is to share it and to help. And it is crazy because of all the things that I've ever wanted to do, really the final thing that got me to this is the idea that I wanted to be an artist. I just wanted to be a creative every day. I had no intention of really, even though there has been moments where I've tried to, I've always tried to talk people through things and help people, because the psychology and self-knowledge has always been a thing for me. So I've always kind of willingly shared that, but it's never been a massive priority to me, as in career-wise or anything. What got me to this was that I just wanted to embrace my creativity and be an artist, because that's who I am. I'm a creator. I just want to make things every day. And now that that passion for that has got me to where I am, and that now, and it's kind of taken a back seat to me exploring what, you know, is happening to me, the connection, and sharing that, you know, after, you know, sharing my breakthrough and everything that's happened after that, that these experiences have kind of taken front runner rather than the creative stuff now. Totally, like, I understand within myself I'll always be a creative artist, but it's like, because this is so amazing to me, it's just happened, it's fresh, it's so important to me. Like, this is taking center stage, and I want to help, and I want to share it. Like, it's fucking amazing. So yeah, I was going. Anyway, yeah, so basically I never thought I'd be doing this, but, you know, since all this stuff's happened to me, I just want other people to feel how I'm feeling. I want to share it, because it really is so amazing to feel this connection and feel the relief of being you finally, you know, after all the years of your life of struggling. Yeah, so basically, I wanted to share a little bit more of that, you know, my experience today, just in the hopes that, you know, it might spark something for someone. Yeah, like, I guess in all my, I guess it's really hard, because when you're stuck in that really stressed mindset, and you're looking for things in order, you know, self-help, or how do I make, you know, how do I feel better, how do I, you know, where am I going in life, and how do I get there, how do I, you know, stress relief, or, you know, how do I empower myself. There's so many things out there, you know, I feel like they're do this, do that, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. You know, I did try. I tried a lot of things, but I never really, I guess, felt like any of it really worked for me. And I guess, like, I've spoken a little bit about this before. Like, I've done so much, but each time I did it, I'm like, that's a nice idea. Like, I get the point of it, but not really me. And I guess my big message is listen to yourself. Like, if you feel like learning about things, the theory of things, and why, you know, for example, meditation and energy, obviously the health of the body, gut, mind, feeling your feelings, getting in touch with nature. I mean, these are some really good things to actually learn about, read about, research. In order to have a better understanding about, you know, how you work, and what impacts you and your energies, and how to, you know, physical things, obviously, like diet and everything, sleep, you know, gut health, brain, hormones, like, all these things do contribute to a healthier you. So all that stuff really is important to learn about, as, you know, to have tools, like the foundational tools of a healthy mind and body. But, you know, with the other stuff that, you know, you're looking for a way to really have that breakthrough, whether it's spirituality or religion, or if you're trying to go deeper, like, you know that there's something in you that you're still not happy, like your life is still, you know, your relationships are shit, or, you know, you're not happy at work, and all this stuff, like, you know, if you're ready to really go further and say, I want change. I want to be different. I'm like kind of dying inside, even though I'm doing all this stuff. So, because you know, like I've been there. I didn't want to settle for just a half-assed feel good sometimes, you know, living a half life. So I just kept hammering away, and you know, to the point of just emotional breakdown. And you know, maybe that in itself is a big freaking tool to let yourself break down, to kind of I don't know, maybe because you know, you hear a lot about it. Maybe it is allowing yourself to completely fall apart. Feel how fucking fed up you are, in order to really let it take over. So it's like a reset. Like with any of your feelings, you've literally got to feel them and allow them to come out. I don't know. You know, a lot of the time, because like basically with me, like I did get to a point of I just can't do this anymore. I can't do it anymore. I completely overwhelm, you know, and break down, to the point where I've had a year off work and everything kind of, you know, I just had to stop everything and just be me. I needed space, I needed time, and all this time I'm like, you have no idea the level of growth and you know, looking into myself and processing all this stuff that I did in just 1 year of, I mean, it was like a gap year. And I think if I could give everyone that year to have to themselves without having to work and not end up on the street, I think we all need it. I think we all need an extreme amount of time. I mean, I wish there was some kind of program out there for mental health, and everything. Like if I had $1 billion, I would allow people, I mean, it's like going on walkabout, right? What the Aboriginals did in order to find themselves. And effectively that's what I did. I mean, I just stayed at home for a year, but metaphorically I felt like I went on a spiritual walkabout within myself to find myself. And I think that was like 40 years of normal life in 1 year, like the level of self-growth that I did in that time. But you know, at the same time, a lot of that growth was because I had to process all this, not having a job, not having any money, you know, not knowing, you know, relationship issues, family issues, my daughter leaving home, you know, she's 18, so, you know, graduating, all that kind of stuff, trying to find my creative flow, dealing with all the stuff that the creativity and expressing yourself through art, all that brings up inside you about putting yourself out there for people to see, selling your art, what do I want to do, knowing, like, all the stress of not knowing how I'm going to make money, like, even though, like, I mean, who knows, maybe it wouldn't work if I gave someone enough money for a year, maybe it would, but like, I'm just saying, like, for me, I had that year of obviously not being kicked out of home, not being put on the street. I managed just financially. Obviously, I owe a lot right now, but anyway. Yeah, so like, even though I had that time, and to be honest, I'm still going through it, but like, it was fucking hard. Like, it wasn't a breeze. And I'm not saying it's like, it's not a holiday for a year. It's intense self-work. But I did it all by myself. Like, I didn't go to therapy. I didn't even read books. I listened to a lot of tarot. I just listened to myself and processed me in all areas over and over and over again. And I think that is the space that most of us don't have, is just the space and the time to just talk to ourselves and listen to ourselves and scream at ourselves and cry at ourselves and listen and talk to ourselves until we fucking start working shit out. Because when you're stuck in this, you know, the 9 to 5 or whatever, this routine surrounded by other people and their problems all the time, you literally don't have any space to be with you for long enough to actually break through stuff within yourself. You kind of always only get to a certain point because other things come in and take over. It's like, I don't know, like, you know, if digging a hole, like one shovel and then you pulled away to do something else, and then you're like, all right, I've got an hour for me. Shovel, and then you got to go back doing something else. Like, how long is it going to take you to dig that hole if for every day of your life you've got other shit going on? And that all that other shit, I mean, most of the time it tires you out and you're so stressed. Fuck that hole. Like, I know I've got no energy to go dig my hole. So that can, like, that's the last thing I feel like doing at the end of the day. So, you know, all the other stuff takes not that giving yourself love and attention is digging a hole, but you know what I mean. It's like shoveling the shit out of you to clean you out. Like, I mean, you're this beautiful pool that's had all this shit piled into it over the years, and you're trying to clear it out and make this beautiful pool for yourself, clean your waters, and you just don't have any time to be able to do it. Or each time you do it, you know, you get there and you're just doing the same shovel each time, because every time you walk away, that shovel gets put back in. So how do we give ourselves enough time without allowing our lives to completely fall apart? Because I can totally understand that you'll be like, well, that's just absolutely impossible for me to have that time in order to do that. Absolutely impossible. Probably not even thinking that there is any way that you could do it. Like, you wouldn't even allow yourself to try and think of a way to do it, because you've been conditioned to say it's not possible. That's not reality. This is reality. Everyone's been telling me that for the past, over a year. But I did it. And it wasn't easy, but it was fucking the best thing I've ever done for myself, and absolutely worth it. Yeah, I've got no money and I'm in, debt and all that. And I'm currently living in my mum's house, paying rent to my brother to live in my mum's house, with no money. But I've fucking done it. And I've got the rest of my life to figure out my finances. So I would highly encourage, everyone's situation is different, right? And I know it's happened for me as my daughter graduated high school. It's all perfect timing for me, to do this. And it was like my body and my mind and my soul were hanging out my entire life to get to this point because it was perfect timing for me. My daughter didn't require my attention. Like, she had her own life. She had her dad. She moved into her dad's place. She has a social life. She didn't need me 24/7 anymore. Like, the situation worked for me, and I'm absolutely blessed to have been able to do that. And I know not everyone can. And I mean, I really wish I could give people the ability to be able to do what I've done. I would just highly encourage, like, everyone there is, like, there's something in them saying, fuck, I need that, I'm so stressed, like, I feel like if I keep going the way I'm going, my life's gonna really fall apart. I need something. Like, you may not be able to have a full year, you may not be able to, be away from your family for very long, but I would highly encourage alone time with yourself, with really nothing but you and you talking and listening to yourself. And perhaps using something just like an expression of, creative expression in order to work through your stuff. Nothing other than that. No outside sources or, blah, blah, blah. I mean, unless you're into psychedelics, plant medicine, because that in itself is a beautiful healing tool for when you really want to get in touch with yourself and feel a connection again. So, I mean, basically, yeah, like, if you've got the ability to have some time alone, some quiet time with yourself, do that. And if you've got the resources to be able to do, a plant medicine retreat or something along those lines as well. But I think the importance of having more time for yourself, just to get back in touch with yourself, talk to yourself, listen to yourself, write it out. You need a bit more extended period of time in order. So many of us, like, keep ourselves busy, filling our days, filling our weeks, and we just, the entertainments, like, like, seriously, like, I mean, a lot of people out there would hear me say, turn your phone off and do not turn the telly on for a week. Like, take yourself on a little trip for a week. No phone, no telly. People would start having fucking panic attacks just hearing me say that. That's the level of, we are we've got all this outside entertainment, outside, information like coming in constantly, but it's squishing us, it's squishing our connection with ourselves. So really just even if you can get away from, I know so many people, parents, and it's so hard, but you know, if you're in a relationship, the best present you could do for each other would be to give the other person a long weekend away by themselves, literally to have that space for themselves. And like if you immediately think bad things in regards to that, then you've got bigger problems than what I'm talking about. But you know, if you're on the healing journey together, yeah, some time to find yourselves is the best thing that you can do. I think I'm just repeating myself now, so but yeah, and if you're lucky enough to come up with an idea on how to have you know, maybe if you don't have kids, or maybe if you're in a situation that you can actually take more time off on a more regular basis or an extended period of time or whatever, or you know, take your long service leave, or seriously best thing you could ever do for yourself to really connect with yourself. Yeah, highly encourage it. So I'll leave that one there for now. I didn't think that I was going to go there, but this is the thing, you never know what's going to come out. But yeah, I guess that's one step of my journey. Yeah, and you know, like also if you're in a good spot within yourself and you can actually help someone else do this, you know, have that time, it'd be the best present you could do for someone. And if anyone out there, millionaires, or or anyone in workplaces that really want to make a difference for their employees and their mental health, have a think about what you can do to add into some leave for spiritual connection leave or something like this, to encourage and support your employees to take the time to become healthier individuals. I really would hope that this is the way our society and community are going. The importance of healthy population has really got to start taking priority, and we're working ourselves to the bone, to sickness, to early grave, to complete freaking fear mentality, stress, all that shit. And employers should, I would hope, would really start thinking about what stress is doing to the people they have working for them. Financial hardship in itself is the worst kind of stress. Ugh. It kills me. It is the worst torture. I'm so anxious just thinking about this. It is the worst torture to go through life from paycheck to paycheck, not knowing if you're going to be able to pay a bill this week, and that level of stress, like, oh my god, it's like I want to vomit it out. That level of stress is so toxic, and we're all living in this like you can't get out of this routine of work, and then I've got to do overtime to try and get a little bit more money in order to just like be able to manage. And then literally you have no life. It's all about trying to get enough money to get just to survive. People are in survival mode, and seriously, like if you're in any way responsible for or can help anyone in this situation, you know, we really need to start thinking about this on a greater, like, I'm no politician or anything, and the whole financial whatever, but it's so toxic. It's so toxic to everyone. And I'm just saying, if anyone is in a situation where they can make a change in the workplace, or you know, to help anyone, yeah, I would just like, I mean, I want to help. I want to help in any way that I can, and this is the only way that I can help, is to try and, like, I don't know, like put some ideas out there to help people, like, because I know what it feels like to be in that situation of feeling no hope. Like, I'm trying my hardest. I put my whole self into it every day, literally working myself to the grave, and knowing that, feeling like I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life. What? That's not a life, and no one should have to do that. And it really upsets me, like, and everyone's so depressed, so stressed. It affects relationships. You know, it takes parents away from their children, you know, or when the parents are home with the kids, they're just so stressed and aggro and worn out. Oh, yeah, I mean, I just want to try and help everyone. Yeah, because I do know that there's so many people out there that want to make changes. So, yeah, I guess just start by trying to make more time for yourself, so you can listen to try and hear what you need. You know, like, just at least try add that in. Like, I totally get therapy, you know, if you do that, or if you do, you know, yoga, and you do all the other different things that are on this journey type thing. But try and add in a little bit of time where it is just you being you, talking to you, listening to you, that kind of thing as well, because you have no idea, like, the you inside is dying to talk to you, and you know you better than you, even though you may not know it at the time. If you give yourself time to just listen and be by yourself, you'll be surprised how much can actually come through and start opening up to get guidance. And yeah, so, like, yeah, go in and listen. You don't just have to listen to someone outside of yourself. So you do have a lot of help coming from the inside, and that special connection that you have, it is in there, and you just need a little bit of space and time, quiet, and just be you in order to get in touch with that again. And it's such a wonderful, like, imagine it's like the library of you and what you need. Like, if you just took that time to take a seat in there and open up some of those books, you'll realize how much wisdom you actually hold for yourself inside. You know, like your best teacher is in there. Your best support system, you know, is that connection, and some time and space will allow you to try and get in contact with that again. And that if you can do that, yeah, the whole thing can go that much quicker and easier once you get in touch with those voices and that connection. Yeah. Okay, I'll leave that for today. I think that kind of went around in circles, but I hope it kind of helped someone.